night, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Daily Wrap for Friday, the 17th of June, 2022. Fun day today for sure, because today I knew we were going to be doing some stuff that was a little different. There was no real ongoing playthrough to continue today, and that was a good feeling because it gives us freedom to do stuff. On the pre-stream podcast, we basically covered all of the RPG news that had kind of happened in the last day, including both the announcement of Dragon's Dogma 2 and a bunch of Final Fantasy announcements. So it was a pretty good podcast in that regard. And then we covered, the schedule for the rest of the week. Right now, it's kind of up in the air, which we'll talk about in just a moment. On the first stream, it was PlayStation Plus Premium Exploration. We played a good variety of stuff today, including games such as Resident Evil Director's Cut, and Ape Escape, and Dark Cloud, a little bit of God of War HD streamed over the PlayStation 3 streaming service. I think there was another one too. It's not jumping into my head right now. Everything we did. Oh, Toy Story 2, which people absolutely seem to love. They want me to continue with that playthrough, apparently. I guess a lot of people played Toy Story 2 when they were kids. It's kind of a game near and dear to their heart, and they actually want to see me do a full run in it. So, what did I think of all those games on PlayStation Plus today? All the PS1 games had upscaling, meaning there were portions of the game that looked like they were much better because they were on PlayStation 5. However, it was weird because, for example, in Resident Evil Director's Cut, even though your character model is upscaled, the environments are hand-drawn and are not. So all the environments are pixelated and you look high-res. It was very off-putting. And it was weird because some things in the environment, like the clock in the dining room, which you interact with later for a puzzle, is standing out like a sore thumb because it doesn't blend in with the environment. So, it was interesting to say the least how that can happen with these games, okay? It was a fun stream for sure. I loved the variety. If anything, it's still showing that there's big value in this PlayStation Plus subscription service. God of War 2 had no issues with controls whatsoever, no delay, no stuttering, but admittedly, the graphics weren't as crisp, I feel, as if you were playing the disc version or downloaded version. It was a little bit on the fuzzy side, I would say, with the graphics. Keep in mind, though, that collection, I believe, only played in 720p anyway, so it's not like it was 1080p crisp to begin with, but still, you could tell a little bit of loss of definition, especially in certain scenes it would get more fuzzy, okay? All in all, it was a great stream, a lot of good exploration, and people seemed to enjoy it. Out of the games we played, I think the one that people really eyeballed for future playthrough is Toy Story 2. Okay? Then on the late stream, ladies and gentlemen, today was momentous. After 4 years, tonight, we retired the Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection. It's been a long and winding road. 4 years ago, when this was a new release, I did a whole offline series covering every single game in it, going through the history of Street Fighter, then going back and challenging myself to beat every single game on the hardest difficulty. It was the first time I'd ever really done something like that in a fighting game. And then I've been playing the game online for 4 years. And man, the online has really, really left something to be desired. Sadly, there just was no other real substitute for this collection when it came to consoles. There was no other console edition of these games that was viable that people were still actively playing or that was worth playing, because I hate to say it, Ultra Street Fighter 2 on the Switch was a broken piece of dog shit because it had unbalance with Akuma and Violent Ken in it in ranked matches, which made no sense and ruined the game. It's all anyone ever picked in that game. So, we put up with bad lobbies. We put up with laggy connections, with glitches, with crashes, with trolling you couldn't stop because you couldn't even kick someone from a lobby. For 4 years, we put up with this collection, and tonight, we gave it a grand send-off. I played all the games. I played a ridiculous variety of characters, and people came out of the woodwork. People, just swung by to say hi. They supported the stream in droves. We hit all the tip skulls tonight. Like, it was a pretty awesome feeling. There were people saying, hey, just thanks for playing old school Street Fighter. It's a way that I got into it. I didn't even know about it till you started playing it. For me, it's nostalgic because that's what I used to do every Friday and Saturday night when I was growing up in arcades. I was going to arcades and playing against people, putting my quarter up, waiting, playing against people from all over the place. And whenever I played that collection on a Friday night, I kind of felt like I was back in those days again in arcades playing. It was really neat. Now, the good news is, even though we retired the collection tonight, this isn't the end of Street Fighter. It continues next week with the new collection, the Capcom Fighting Collection, which has Darkstalkers as well as Street Fighter 2 in it, plus a variety of other games. So we're going to have fighting games continue on every week. And by the way, next week I'll be covering that super duper in depth. We'll talk more about that as we get closer to it in a week's time. But thank you to all of you who tuned in to my Street Fighter coverage for 4 years. For those who watch on demand every week, thank you. Really, it meant a lot that people cared enough about me and my history with old school Street Fighter, the passion I had for those games. I hope it came through in the videos. I hope you really enjoyed them, and we're going to continue that in a new collection starting next week. All right, guys? Awesome. So, that was Friday. I still got 4 more streaming days this week. What are we doing? Tomorrow on Saturday, it's another stream of PlayStation Plus Premium Exploration, where we'll be checking out even more games. Likely this time, I'll try a little bit more of the PlayStation 3 streaming, because a few people had questions about particular games and how they would perform. So maybe we'll try like 2 or 3 PS3 games and see how they work with the streaming. Maybe we'll try a modern game or 2. We'll see. There's a lot on there to explore, so it's going to be another fun stream. Then tomorrow night, it's the continuation of Skyrim in Skyrim After Dark, where we're going to keep doing the Dawnguard DLC. Now, I believe we're almost done with it. I think we maybe have 1 to 2 streams of the Dawnguard DLC, period, until it's done. And then we're really in the end game, where maybe if there's a few odds and ends missions left to do in the world, and then the end of the game, which there's not a lot left in the plot, we've done most of it. So I predict Skyrim may finish within another 1 to 2 weeks tops. We may actually wrap up the playthrough, which is good, because people have been asking, gee, are you going to do another RPG? And I'm like, I can't do one until we wrap this up, okay? And so, tomorrow should be another great day of variety and fun. Little preview of what else is coming up. Saturday will be my second run ever in TMNT Shredder's Revenge, where I'm going to be playing Casey Jones, and I'm going to be doing online co-op this time. For the rest of the week, meaning Sunday night, Monday, and Tuesday, I have no idea. It's wide open. What do you guys want to see? Here's some candidates. Super Mario Bros. 2, Castlevania Collection, where I play the classic Castlevania games that are super challenging, and I've never actually played them in full before, so it'll be fun for me to do first-time runs and probably fail miserably at them. We could pick some games off PlayStation Plus. If you want me to do Toy Story 2 or something different, we could do that. I'm just tossing ideas out here of things you guys might want to see over the next few days before we get into new releases, because I'll be off on Wednesday. When I return on Thursday, it's Sonic Origins premiering. When on Friday, it's the Capcom Classics Collection. So, think about it. Give me feedback. Leave a comment on this video. Come to my streams, let me know. I'm all ears as to what you guys want to see Sunday night, Monday, and Tuesday before we start hitting up the new stuff on Thursday. Okay? Guys, thank you so much. Please have a good night. Thank you for your support today. I'll see you in the morning. Peace out.